Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. Drinking a delicious vegan smoothie, making these vegan muscles ripped and ready. There's the Batman light shining the truth, the light of truth. Today is March 14th, and I want to talk about the student walkout. Students across the U.S. staged national walkout a month after the Parkland massacre. I'm finding this story in Yahoo. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you're seeing the story all over the place, and I think this is very powerful and a very significant thing. I'll read just some of the details. Students and teachers at more than 2,000 schools across the country staged a national walkout to call for an end to gun violence on Wednesday, 1 month after the 17 people were killed in a mass shooting at a Florida high school. At Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, the scene of the massacre, hundreds of students and administrators streamed out into the school onto the football field where they had a moment of silence in honor of the shooting victims. The Parkland students were then joined by students from nearby schools as they marched to Pine Trails Park, the site of several memorials for victims since last month's killings. The walkout at Parkland came a day after Broward County prosecutor Michael Satt said he would seek the death penalty for Nicholas Cruz, the 19-year-old gunman accused of carrying out the rampage at the high school. At Newton High School in Newtown, hundreds of students gathered in the parking lot holding signs and chanting, "We want change." Several students climbed atop a Jeep Wrangler covered in end gun violence placards to deliver speeches to the crowd. The school is located less than 2 miles from Sandy Hook Elementary School, where 20 children and 6 adults were killed on December 14th, 2012, in one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history. In Littleton, Colorado, some parents of the victims of the 1999 mass shooting at Columbine High School planned to join students in their walkout to protest gun violence. 1999, 19 years ago, that awful shooting, no gun reform happened. The nationwide walkouts were supposed to last 17 minutes and honor the victims, but many of them lasted much longer. New York City, more than 1,000 students descended onto Brooklyn Borough Hall, where they stayed for more than 2 hours delivering speeches from a bullhorn chanting anti-gun violence slogans, among them "Rise Up, Guns Down." At Trump Tower in Manhattan, where this godless cocksucker who is pretending to be president keeps his whores, a few dozen protesters gathered outside holding signs and shouting "No more gun violence." In Washington, D.C., hundreds of thousands of students of all ages met outside the White House demanding action on gun control. The students there participated in a 17-minute moment of silence with their backs turned to the executive mansion. President Trump, who had spent the day in Beverly Hills, California, after inspecting border wall prototypes in San Diego, was not home. The demonstrators, some clutching signs with messages disparaging the National Rifle Association, then marched across the National Mall to the U.S. Capitol, where they called on lawmakers to stand up to the NRA and enact meaningful change to gun laws. Many Democratic lawmakers, including House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, walked out of the Capitol to join the students. Oh, Nancy Pelosi. Okay, this is why the Democrats are worse. She just supported someone that's anti-abortion and anti-LGBT rights. So she's supporting someone that's against abortion and against gay rights. But she's going to come out. This is the kind of shit. And kids who are protesting, don't be fooled by this. There are Democrats also who are taking money from the NRA. Find out who they are and do not vote for them. And do not support Nancy Pelosi. She is not on your side. She is a lying corporate Democrat. That's what they do. Sees a political opportunity to go out there, "Yeah, I'm with the kids." Bullshit. She's against single-payer health care. If she could profit from gun violence somehow, she would. I can't listen. I don't want to listen to Nancy Pelosi talk about. The Democrats had control from 2009 to 2011, and they could have passed gun reform. And some people say, "Oh, they didn't have a supermajority." Bullshit. They could have got it done. So I don't want to hear this. This could have been done decades ago. I don't want to hear it. Clinton could have done this. He kind of did a little. Many of the walkouts were planned by Empower, the youth branch of the Women's March at many schools students needed permission from their parents to participate in the walkouts. But not all schools condone the event. The American Civil Liberties Union received dozens of calls from students who complained that their schools were threatening to discipline those who walked out. Fuck those schools and fuck those administrators. Fuck those gun-loving assholes. The ACLU said that students participating in walkouts should be protected by the First Amendment. Kids don't give up their First Amendment right just because they walk through school doors. Let me say that again. You do not give up your First Amendment right just because you're a high school student. Okay? You don't have the full rights of an adult, but you have the First Amendment. The walkouts came 10 days before the March for Our Lives demonstration on March 24th, when hundreds of thousands of students are expected to march in D.C. and in more than 700 anti-gun violence sibling marches around the country. This is awesome. Keep marching. Keep walking out. If you don't get permission from your parents or the administrators, fuck them. Anybody watching this going, oh, these kids shouldn't be alone, go fuck yourself. If you put your stupid fucking comments in the comments, know that you're typing the lines and letters of a moron by a moron. Never forget that you are saying, if you're against these kids protesting, you are saying you are in favor of gun violence against students. Just so you're clear. Just so you're clear. It's like people that were mad that Joe Paterno got fired. What you were saying publicly, Penn State, was we support pedophiles. Football is more important than pedophiles. So you're saying kids getting shot in a school is more important than protecting them. I want my gun. Having a gun is more important than kids being safe in school. That's what you're saying. Just so you know that. My name's Graham Elwood. Stay vigilant. Don't let the NRA and those gutless cocksuckers tell you otherwise. Remember, NRA, go fuck yourself. God is watching.